Hey, everybody. Welcome. Listen, we are like crazy excited to have you as a part of NightCap tonight. My incredible co-host is not going to be with us tonight, and so you all are stuck with me. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. And so I need y'all to do a couple things. One, I need you all to invite and share, encourage people to become a part of what's getting ready to happen tonight. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm excited because I believe that we're up to something amazing, and so I'm just kind of sharing and tagging some people and inviting people to jump on. And so join us now and become a part of the NightCap experience. I'm like, man, like tonight. Now let me tell you about these three. Let me tell you about these three. I was driving down the street and I saw them standing on the corner, right? And one of them was holding a 40. I'm not gonna tell you which one, Kiara. And so I pulled over and I said, what do y'all want to do with y'all lives? And they said, Mr. Man, we think you're wonderful. Can you help us? No, I'm just serious. No, honestly, these three have become like super important to me in terms of things I'm trying to get done. And it just sit down, having a conversation with them, talking, and it just kind of dawned on me. I said, man, they have not only some incredible things that they're doing, but more importantly, I think they have incredible lessons that they can share in terms of living successfully. They are all under the age of 65. And so I'm excited I know that's the mood I'm in, Kara. Just go with it. So I'm excited. So I need everybody to share. And so we're going to start with Jay White and just kind of tell us who you are. And then we're going to go to KW, and then we're going to go to TJ. And so they're going to just kind of tell us who they are. And then we're just going to get right into it tonight. All right. So welcome to NightCap. Yes, ma'am. Who are you, JW?
Hi, my name is Janae White. I go by the name Jay White. I'm the CEO currently of 9 companies. I am retired at 33 years old. I retired from 2 jobs, working 2 jobs for over 10 years as a social worker for the Department of Children and Families and working at UPS at night as an auditor for 9 years. My claim to fame was I started a credit repair business. I have helped my community obtain millions of dollars in credit through houses, new cars, credit cards, and personal and business lines of credit. And that is basically what I do currently.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I guess I'm next. So
You are.
hey everybody, I'm Kiera Washington, a realtor in the state of Florida, but locating and servicing Jacksonville and surrounding areas. And yeah, hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm Tori James. I'm a real estate agent with Momentum Realty. I'm also a real estate investor and a certified life coach. I'm also a military veteran, served 10 years as a commissioned officer in the U.S. Coast Guard.
Awesome. And what is the mistake you made in your life? What was that mistake you made?
He don't know. He don't know what you talk about.
The mistake that I made.
Did you pledge something?
Finding this homeless guy on the corner with a red and white shirt on. With a
hey, sorry.
Hey, I'm also a member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the only fraternity there is to know.
So remember, you're on my show.
Oh, I'm a guest. That's right. I'm sorry.
You're a guest. Okay. Act like you're a guest. So, why have y'all chosen the path that you've chosen? It's interesting. A lot of people start out life and they start out with big dreams, big plans, big goals, and they do a whole lot and some people try a whole lot of different things. But it's clear that you three at the ages of what 33 and almost 30, that you've made some conscious decisions, which is interesting. And I'll just say this, because I think most, it is a statistical fact that most people don't settle in to what they believe is their career calling or whatever until they get into their late 30s, early 40s. I mean, I think it's getting younger now. So what is it that influenced you and your path, the path that you're presently on? What is it that influenced you to take the path that you've taken? Jay White, we'll start with you.
Basically, it was my own trial and errors of life. I ruined my credit at 18 years old. I sat in bad credit for 7 years. At the age of 25, I decided that I would never have bad credit again. I started studying credit and applying that knowledge to my own life, and credit changed my life. It had changed it so much in a good way that I started crying when I had good credit, because I wanted to know, why didn't I know this at 18? It would have made life a lot easier for me. And I didn't want anybody else in our community to experience what I had experienced at 18 years old. And just also knowing that throughout life, if you've ruined your credit, you can come back from it, because I was living proof.
Wow. So at 18, you had this experience.
Yes.
What did that experience do to you? I mean, you kind of alluded to it, but let's go a little deeper. What did that experience really do to you?
It made life so hard for me. It was my own fault. It was my own fault. We perished due to lack of knowledge. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't understand. I got a $500 loan from ViStar, and I just couldn't believe that I had ruined my credit history over $500. It stopped me from being able to go to the car lot and get a new car if, my car broke down and I needed to wait to both of my jobs. It stopped me from being able to obtain a credit card if I needed to put a new engine or a transmission or a tire on a credit card until payday. It stopped me from being able to purchase a home for my kids, at that time. So it just made me really behind. I was going to work, living paycheck to paycheck, and not like most people with just one job. I was living paycheck to paycheck, working 2 jobs. And once I had good credit, it put me ahead. I was able to start not only one business, but multiple businesses, that put me in a position where I was able to eventually retire from those jobs and just enter into financial freedom, which is, everybody's dream, to be financially free and to get away from the 9 to 5. And credit essentially helped me do that.
Wow, that's big. I want to come back to that in just a minute, because I think that you've tapped into something. Tori, one of my favorite new people. He's one of my favorite new people. And I'll tell you, the only way I really met both of them through Kiera. Kiera introduced me to Tori, then Tori and Kiera introduced me to Jay White. And literally, meeting these three has had a profound impact on some things that I'm planning to do. And they even gave me some advice that I can say that I am now a member of the 121 Credit Union. Thank y'all so very much. And I got a credit line approved today.
Okay. Look at congratulations.
That. Yeah. It ain't a lot, but it's more than a half. Right. And it gives me some freedom. So
and it only gets bigger when you do right by it.
Look at you. We're gonna hold that thought too. You just dropping knowledge tonight. I dig it. Tori James, tell us who you are, sir. And you chose this path because it sounds like you had you had like a vast life experience, man, military and some other things. So just kind of tell us about your path and how you got here.
I've always been kind of mature for my age, I like to say, and others have told me. So life happened early for me. Got married early, kids, started a family. Bought a house, lived the American dream, and got to a point to where I thought I knew everything, and then life showed me differently. And so now where I'm at now is really on the other side of a lot of trials and tribulations. And I'm really at a point now to where I want to use all my experiences, all the lessons that I've learned through life to help people. And I look back over all the jobs I've ever had. I've always been in the business of helping people. My very first job was a lifeguard. I worked in retail, went to the military, and now on the other side of being in the military, I did multiple businesses, and I tried to do a lot of stuff on my own. And then life showed me that you can't you can't walk this path on your own. And I like to use the analogy that I believe everybody has a purpose. And on that path of that purpose, we voluntarily choose to get off our path and go play in obstacles. And I say playing obstacles because we make the choice to go do it. And if you're fortunate, life will rewrite you on that path towards your purpose. So just through life experiences and, things that I've been through, I want to share the lessons that I've learned with others so they don't have to go through some of the things that I've gone through. So that's where I'm at with real estate. I really enjoy helping people. Just recently certified as a life coach, going through the process now of attaining a doctorate's degree to focus on marriage and family counseling, because I feel like that's very important, especially within our community. I just want to give back, and I'm at the point now I give freely, and that's something that we all have in common, is that we give freely to the point to where a lot of the information that we give out, people are paying thousands of dollars to get. And what I have learned, and don't quote me on the math, but less than 1% of an audience is actually going to take the action to do what you advise them to do.
Wow.
So if I reach that one, I feel like I've done my job.
Good stuff. Karen, you kind of been the lightning rod for me for this trio here that now exists, at least in my life. I know your journey somewhat, I've been able to watch you close up, because of your relationship to Alexis, your relationship to my family, your relationship, your family to our family. So just kind of tell me, how did you get here, and what is it that's driving you right now?
So I don't want to repeat my story, but just to make a long story short, how I got here was resilience. I know with my whole school journey, graduating college 2018, then going to obtain my master's degree, and really just get my master's in 2020. What motivates me to keep me going, honestly, is what my bishop spoke over my life a couple of years ago. And you, Bishop, what you spoke over my life a couple of years ago, and honestly, what people around me see in me that I don't see in myself. And so it's honestly my close-knit circle that keeps me going, because it's days, honestly, like today was not a great day, but it's days where I just want to give up, and I can't give up because I have my family that's looking at me, my friends that's looking at me, that see something in me that, eventually I see in myself, but I literally just keep going for them. And yeah, it's just that built-in resilience that I have inside of me.
Let me, and either one of you can jump in on this one. What do you think is the greatest challenge in trying to build your own? What is because all three of you are trying to all three of you are building your own, independent of employment. What is the greatest challenge of building your own?
Oof. Who want to start? Well, I'll start. The greatest challenge is changing your mindset from being an employee to an entrepreneur. And you really have to, those days where, people that are working in corporate America or whatever, that can just go to work and give average work. and still get paid 2 weeks later. As an entrepreneur, if you don't work, you don't eat. So you literally have to work through those days where you don't feel like working anymore. Like you have to work through those times where you may not be mentally okay or spiritually okay, but you still have to get up and go. So that's one of the hardest things for me.
No, that's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of writing down your answers because I want to come back. I want to come back to that because I think that you tapped into something. Tori, what is that? What is the biggest challenge in your mind?
This isn't a challenge for me, but it has been a challenge in the past, and something just recently, probably within the last 6 to 8 months, that I realized that I don't know it all. And one thing that I did take away from the military is networking. And so whenever I enter into a new group, I'm on a new board or just affiliate myself with an organization, I'm always trying to network. I want to see who's doing the best in whatever it is, and I want to attach myself to that. And I think a lot of times, especially within our culture, we let pride get in the way. And we want to come into the room like I know it all. And like I say, life will show you that it's so much more that you can learn. And I think that's very important in attaining success, is not being the one that knows it all and always being teachable and willing to learn.
Good stuff. Jay White, what is the greatest challenge that you've identified building out your own?
My greatest challenge is the fear of failure. When is it all going to come tumbling down? Are you going to overextend yourself? Is it going to be just that one problem you can't solve for your business? Is it going to be that one person that you can't help that really, really needed you? Did you do everything you could in your power to help that person? How is your brand going to end? We think about sitcoms and things that you have certain sitcoms that you used to watch that they just went off air. And then you have those sitcoms that they purposely did the last episode. So that is one of my fears. Like, how is it, when is the train going to stop? How is it going to stop? Is it going to stop because I just can't help anybody else? Is it going to stop because I'm too tired? So that's one of my fears. And one of my challenges.
That's big. That's big. So let's think about this. Let's go back to what was said about changing mindset from an employee to an employer, from depending upon the corporation that others have created to now knowing that if you don't get up and grind, you ain't eating, right? So let's just kind of hit this point. How are mindsets changed? How has a mindset changed?
The best I could say is life will change it for you if you don't change it yourself. I personal experience when I got out the military and I didn't get that check on the first of that next month, mindset shift real quick because I got mouths to feed. I need to keep a roof over my head. I have clothes that I need to put on individuals, but I have a lot of people depending on me. So the mindset, it actually for me changed before I got out, and that's what led me to get out, because I knew that I was worth more than what I was receiving in the form of a paycheck. So that started the shift. But after the separation is when it got real. And I really said, it's either you're going to lay down or you're going to get up and strap up your boots and go figure it out. So for me, life showed me that I needed to change my mindset, or I needed to go get a job.
Amen.
Anyone else?
I think we all have a testimony. We all have trials and tribulations that are going to change our mindset. The cliche saying, what don't kill you, make you stronger. So, as things are burning off, as, you're going through your testimony and your fire and you're getting that thorn put in your flesh, that is your mindset changer. I had no idea at 18 years old when I took that loan that was going to be the beginning of me helping other people and changing not only my life, but other people's lives, and their mindset and approach on credit, and teaching them how to tap into things and use that for their power. So, just your life, trials, tribulations, your testimony, being transparent, letting people know, hey, I've been in the 400s. So just using that testimony and say, I too have been where you are. Let's change the mindset. Let's use your testimony for greater, because there's somebody else out there who you can help by being that voice and saying, hey, I've been through it. You're not the only one.
I think for me, like what helped change my mindset is changing my circle, not like saying goodbye to, my friends that I've been friends with for years, but being around people that have the same mindset as you. Like you can't be around, don't nobody, like your friends don't understand that, hey, I can't hang out, or hey, I got to do this in the morning. Entrepreneurship does not, you can't clock in and clock out. So you really have to surround yourself around people that, one, want to see you win, and two, that have that same mindset and wants bigger and better than where they are right now. So I think for me, that kind of helped me is being surrounding myself with like-minded entrepreneurs like Tori and Janae. And I do have like a group of entrepreneur females that I'm connected with. And this walk is not easy. So I had to surround myself with them. And of course, being around spiritual people, because I am like faith-based. So being around spiritual people, that when I do have those days where it's just like I want to give up, like honestly, to be transparent, I was on the phone with my mom and right before we came over on this live, and she stopped and prayed for me because she felt like this heaviness on me. So just being around spiritual, like-minded people, that's what helped me with my mindset change.
As you got, it's interesting because I think of the four of us tonight. I'm a tad older. Just a little bit. It's interesting. I've been doing ministry, full-time ministry, for over 33 years. And it's interesting walking out purpose. Is the most exhilaratingly frightening thing you could do. What is that one experience that you had or you're having that is testing your passion for your dream? Ooh. What is that experience that you had or you're having that is testing your passion? And here's why I want to talk about this, because I think most of the people who are watching us tonight, and we'll watch this because a lot of people watch it when it's over. A lot of people talk about what they want out of life, but they don't have the courage to go after it because they like the assurance of the predictable and the assurance of what's cyclical. The assurance is, if I get up tomorrow and I go work on this job, in 2 weeks, they're going to give me a check. And I know they're going to give me a check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the effort I give them. And not everybody's called to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's called to build their own business from the ground floor. But I do believe that there are a lot of people who are going to get up and go work a job tomorrow who should be living out their own dream, their own vision, and they should be going after their own desires. There's always a reason to quit.
Every day.
There's always a reason to quit. There's always a reason to walk away. What is that challenge that happened? And I do understand about life. I get it. And you're right. And you're right. Life makes you life makes you grow up, especially when you're trying to live it out with some integrity. But what is that? What is that experience or those experiences that are impacting you to the point that when you feel like giving up, you keep pressing forward? What is it that life has taught you that keeps you motivated and inspired, even when you're dealing with and facing challenges?
Y'all go ahead. I don't want to
You
talk.
can go first. I want to hear what you got to say because you was ready.
No, I mean it's hard. Like
It is.
we did this live when I was on that nightcap before. And it was around October time. So that was I just quit my job. It's exciting, it's new, I was comfortable. Now I am in a season of uncomfortableness. Like I'm so uncomfortable right now. And it's literally every day. Like I told you, I was talking to my mama. I was ready to give it up. Like ready to give it up. Don't know if this is for me. Obviously it's for me. But I go through these seasons of I cried to my mama.
You're
And
not alone.
yeah, and so that's the part that people don't see. They see on social media, oh, we closed this house, or we, I got somebody under contract, but they don't understand the grind that goes into it, or the ups and downs of real estate, that I have to deal with so many different personalities. And it's just to the point where it's like, okay, Kiera, like, do you really want to do this? And I want to do it because I love it. I love helping people. I love being at the closing table, and it's people that's older than me crying to me, thanking me for helping them get their house. So that's what keeps me motivated. And then on top of these people like that's around me every day, that's like, oh, Kiera, you could do it. Oh, I see you on social media, you killing it and this and this and that, but they don't know behind closed doors in this little my four walls right here is tough. Like it's legit tough. I cry if not every week, twice a week, three times a week, because it's I'm uncomfortable. And so, I was at my job, and like I said, Bishop, you go on a job and you can show up to work, sleepy, tired, whatever, do mediocre work and still get paid. In real estate, you don't get paid until 30 to 45 years later. So it's like you really have to keep a constant grind. You have to answer to certain people. You have to, humble yourself. And it's a lot. But I think that, my spiritual life, my people that's around me, and knowing my purpose is what keeps me motivated.
Got it.
Y'all talk.
You just touched on so much. I can relate to it so much because it is hard. Everybody does see the glitz and the glam. With me, they'll see me post me take somebody from a 500 to a 700, but I'm not posting those clients that you just can't make happy no matter what you do, that text you every day. If their score goes up 1 point, if it goes down 1 point, they want to know who, what, when, where, and why. Trying to undo mindsets, taking other people's problems to bed with me every night. When people come to me and they say, hey, Janae, my goal is to go to Kiera with an 800 credit score and get that house. Like, now I have to take that to bed with me every single night, because if she doesn't get her house, it's my fault.
Yep.
Same thing with that mom that comes and says, hey, I know my credit is bad. I know I had 50 repos last year. I need you to get all those repos off because I'm pregnant right now. My baby is due tomorrow. I need to wait home from the hospital. And can you help me? And it's just so many challenges. And it always feels like, God, you sure you want me to be the one
Right.
to do this? Because I got my own problems. I have my own children, like you said, you're just going, day in, day out, whether you feel good, whether you feel bad. But then I have to remind myself, who better than me?
Right.
Because then as soon as I get those 10 people that's complaining, I get 50 people that's saying, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I could do this with my credit. I never received a high limit credit card until I heard about Jay White. So it's so give and take. And, I just related to, the Lord keeping me humble, keeping that thorn in my flesh, saying, hey, it's going to be some days where I have to remind you that you're doing what I need you to do for my people, You know, you're not doing this so you can get the glory. You're doing this so I can get the glory, and so you can help a community through what I have taught you.
Right.
But it's a struggle. It's a struggle every day.
Right. Look, the struggle is real. Me personally, it had got to a point to where mentally I had spiraled out of control, and I was in a dark, dark place. And you know, people only see what you allow them to see, and the character that we build and portray to the world. But being an entrepreneur and trying to chase your next meal is not for the faint of heart. So personally, I had personal stuff going on, business stuff going on at one point to where it almost took me out. And now I'm on the other side of that. And it took a lot for me to even get comfortable sharing my story. But once I got to the point that I'm at now, and I'm still building on it, I realized that no matter how rich, how poor, how smart, how dumb, however you want to classify it, it doesn't matter your classification, male or female. I know that I'm not excluded from any emotion that could possibly exist. Life has shown me every side of myself. And so I'm at the point now to where I get it and I see life differently and I cherish and I value life differently. So if I could say or do something for someone that helps them get over whatever it is they may be going through, because everybody go through something, regardless of what y'all see on social media, regardless of what you see on TV, everybody goes through something. And that's what I realized. And that's what I'm tapping into now. Unfortunately, when I was going through the stuff, I was going through my stuff on my own. And I found myself isolated. And that's when I had a real deal come to Jesus moment. And I had to lean on God. And honestly, that's the only thing that pulled me out of it. And so now, being where I'm at now, I realize that there's some people going through some stuff. They may not show it, but people are really going through stuff every day. And I don't take it for granted. So my kindness and my gestures and the things that I put out into the universe, into the world, it's not to get it in return. It's because, to me, I personally feel like that's what's needed. That's what's supposed to be done. And it's rewarding for me. And I'm starting to reap the benefits of it, even though I'm not looking for the accolades, but just understanding that life is precious and you have to be intentional about your life. And I think we talked about mindset earlier, Bishop, and you said something about what changes, what shifts your mindset. So for me, all I can keep saying is life will show you that you need to shift your mindset. So if it's something that you want to do, regardless of the industry, regardless of the career, go get it. There's nothing stopping you from it.
Let me say this. I want you to hold that point, because I think that a part of, like tonight, one of the things that I wanted to do is what's happening is that, again, a lot of people claim they want to live the life you three are living, waking up every day, grinding your own dream, walking out your own unique purpose, right? Here's the thing that I learned, and I asked the question of mindset because I think that what's so powerful about mindset for me is living with the assurance that my effort is honored. Right? See, I am by nature an optimist. That's who I am. Anybody who's really close to me or anybody who watches me knows that eventually what's going to kick in, Jay White, is my optimism. That I'm going to look at life like right now. What I'm going to do for the next 3 days is I'm going to text Kiara for the next 3 days, every day. And you know what I'm going to do when I text you? I'm going to remind you of what you believe God has called you to accomplish.
You better tell him.
Because see, Tori, you know, the tough part of being great is seeing greatness in light of the struggle and not give the struggle the kind of power that makes you doubt your capacity.
Right.
Because your capacity is actually tested by the struggle. I think Jay White alluded to that. Jay White, I like that. We throwing out the first name. I'm just going straight with Jay White. So Tori, as you was talking, man, and you said go for it. Here's what's funny. Tori now has my number, right? Tori has and I gave Tori a one-time assignment that he now does every morning almost, right? I said, man, send me a text, right? Send me a quote, because my series over the next few weeks is on your mark, get set, pursue, be aggressive, right? So I asked him to send me a quote. This dude sends me quotes every morning, Kiera, about 7.
He gonna go above and beyond.
but that's the trait of successful people, though.
Yeah.
Amen.
Successful people never meet the standard; they set it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Michael Jordan didn't play to the level of Kareem. He played to the level of Jordan. So the real question is, what standard is in you that makes everybody else have to try to catch you because you are too busy catching yourself? So yeah, you guys have inspired me. You've inspired me. So
I want to touch.
Yes, please go, Tori. Talk.
So that was another aha moment for me. I woke up one morning and I was like, forget what anybody feel, how they think, how they look at me. And that's another thing that I've learned, especially with rubbing elbows with successful, like really successful people, is you can't lose yourself in the perception of others about you.
Say that again.
You cannot lose. I need to write that down. That would have been a quote I sent you. You cannot
lose. I'm sure it's coming in the next couple of days.
You can't lose yourself in the perception of others of you, because at the end of the day, we come in this world alone and we gonna go alone. And all this stuff we have in between time, you can't take with you. So you got to make best of the time while you're here. And that was huge for me because I used to be private. I wouldn't post much on social media. And then I had that moment like, I have something that could save somebody's life because I saved my own. So I know I have a gift that I have to share with somebody. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to put it out there. And whoever is meant to receive it, they're going to receive it. And whoever it's not for, that's fine. But I'm no longer losing myself in the character that I want people to see me as, if that makes sense. And so when you were saying Jordan chasing Jordan, I'm in competition with myself. I can't look at the next person and say, man, he or she got X, Y, and Z. Why I ain't got it? I'm doing the same thing. It ain't meant for me to have it right now. Whatever is meant for me is going to be for me as long as I stay the course and I keep putting in the work.
Amen.
And that's how I look at it. And I think a lot of people get lost in that because you'll quit pursuing what you're doing because you see somebody else got what you want and they got it faster. But then you just defeated yourself because you holding on to this animosity and this person over there smiling, don't even know you in competition with them. And that's what happened with successful people. I'm in competition with myself. So everything outside of that, I can't even hear it. I can't see it. I can't feel it because for one, I'm not about to let you around me with that negativity. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. So I just want to touch on that because that's something I've been putting out there, and especially for me, it's changed my life because now my focus is different, and it's true focus. Because you can't be focusing on certain things, but you still over here gossiping about this stuff.
Right.
That ain't focus.
Amen.
I'll get off my soapbox.
So like Kiera, is he like trying to be the pastor of the church? I mean, is he like?
Well, we have these conversations daily, and Janae and Kiera can tell you, I talk to them daily about this type of stuff, and it's because of what I see in them.
Yes.
And try to be that for them because it's when they say it's hard out here.
It is.
It's hard out here.
It's hard if you allow it to be.
It's hard.
And I want to say this. It was so funny. My mom years ago, Kiera and Jay White. My mom and dad was, might as well say, they started a church. And so my second year here in Jacksonville, I took the church to Virginia for their anniversary. It was December. Imagine taking people from Florida to Virginia in December. It was the funniest thing. They didn't even know what a coat looked like, a real coat, right? So people are making all these speeches and, oh, mother guns, it was so tough. I know, doing everything. And my mom looks at them in this really, really weird, almost baffled look and said, I didn't know it was tough till you told me.
Mm.
And reality is, people like you are different, because even if you say it's tough, you still do it tomorrow.
Mm.
Right.
Do it crying.
Right.
Yeah, which is weird, because if it's so tough, why you gonna do it tomorrow?
I'll get over it.
That's the key. Say that again.
I'll get over it.
What does it mean? What does it mean to get over it? Kiera and Jay White, what does it mean when you two say it was a tough day, but when my eyes open tomorrow, I'm going to go back and do this again? What does that mean? Because somebody needs to hear that, because a lot of people give up the night before.
Yeah.
And then they get mad that the next day comes, because they quit before trying again. Okay, go ahead, guys.
So for me, like, when I say I'll get over it, like, I would literally, it's bigger than me. Like, it's literally bigger than me. People are depending on me to get them into a house. I'll never forget something that had nothing to do with me. I had a client that told me, you dropped the ball, now pick it up, figure out how to pick it up and keep it moving. And so at first, it's like, dang, like, my little feelings hurt. That was a little drag in my little heart, because it wasn't nothing that I did wrong. But when she told me that added fire, that I cried about it. Everybody know I'm very emotional. Cried about it, and after I cried about it, like, in the midst of my crying, I figured it out. Like, I was not going to sleep that night without having a solution the next day. So when she told me, you dropped the ball, you need to figure out how to pick it up, I took that to heart. Like, okay, that was a challenge for me, because I know, like, I am not just as a person. It's so many things in my life that I could have gave up on. And because I have that goal and the purpose, and just, I'm tunnel vision, but I'm just the emotional tunnel vision. Like, so
That's just who you are. So we ain't studying that. We ain't studying your tears. Come on.
Right. I'm gonna keep it moving. Like, today was a bad day, but there's always tomorrow.
Absolutely. Jay White, you got like a really, really crazy story.
Yes,
right? Like an amazing, crazy story, right? When Tori and Kiera just gave me like the trailer of your story, right? You're helping people walk in their best self so that they can go see the Kieras and they can pursue the opportunities that's connected to Tori.
Yeah.
What makes you tough?
Knowing that the Lord got me this far with everything that I've been through in my life.
You better stop being a spiritual child.
The fact that I was able to work 2 jobs for 10 years, one in a I was the minority. I was a Black woman working at UPS, a warehouse full of men. I had a baby during that time. I worked up until I was 9 months pregnant, like till the day before I had my daughter. Knowing that he took me through all that to prepare me for this. And I know that even when it's hard just got to come with me. Whatever the devil try to bring to me, it's just coming with me. Come on, you're going to bring the spirit of fear? Well, come on, fear, you got to come with me today. You're going to come with me, and me and fear going to change these people's lives. Come on, depression, you could come too. Come on, whatever you got at me, jealousy, hate, come on, you just going to come with me and do it with me. And that's my attitude, and that's how I keep going. And then knowing that I've been through worse and made it through worse, and that He will never leave me or forsake me. I have never seen a righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. It was one morning I woke up crying, and I called my realtor friend, and just knowing that the Lord drop those, he'll drop that manna sometimes, and you may want some meat right then and there, but he'll drop just enough and put those people in your life, like even being connected to Tori, to Kiera, just one day going to what we had like a meeting. Tori supposed to be like 15 minutes. And then in walks Kiera, and yes, and then 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in front of you. So just knowing that the Lord, I go through storms every day, but knowing that He teach me how to dance in the rain and say, hey, the storm's gonna come, the weapon's gonna form, but they won't prosper. And I know that it'll never be perfect. I'll never
Stop right there. Hold on, girl. Shut up. You just said something. You just said, child. Ray, I know you can't come out from under being the production guy. Did you hear what that girl just said? And then she go all black. You hear that girl just said? He'll teach you how to dance in the rain. I don't think you understand how heavy that is. Because most folk don't dance in the rain, they run from it. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Everybody that's watching tonight, there are times on NightCap when God just kind of does something extraordinary. When I met these, when the three of us connected last week, right? I've known Kiera for a number of years. Tori just really entered my life recently, and now he's become, that's my dude. And then I meet Jay White last week, and I told my wife, I said, babe, I've met these three amazing young adults, and they're just really blowing me away. And it's crazy, because I got people saying, we need to come back and do this next week. I got another guest already for next week, but the week after, I want you guys to come back. And, and let me tell you why. Because I'm not gonna say that. I want y'all to come back because I think God's hand is on this conversation. My wife just put y'all can't see the comments. My wife just put, this baby said he will teach you how to dance in the rain. I told you, babe, that they good. I told you, right? So, but seriously, here's what's amazing. There is so much success on you three until your challenges are a part of your story to emerge. Because, Jay White, how old are you?
I'm 33.
That's crazy. How old are you, Tori?
33.
How old are you, Kiera?
29.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so it's like 10:19. So, we always end at 10:30. Jay White, how can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Janae Credit Goddess White. On Instagram, JWhite_CEO. On Twitter as the Credit Goddess.
Got it. Tori, how can they find you?
I'm on Facebook, Tori James, and on Instagram, Tori James _.
Got you. Kiera, how can they find you?
I'm on Facebook, Kiera Washington, and my Instagram is Kiera Monique.
So right now, people are watching. Jay White, why should people look for you right now to help you, for you to help them with their credit score? Give them your business and how they can find your business so you can help them with their credit.
JWhite-enterprises.com. That's JWhite-enterprises.com. I'm the best in the game because I do it from my heart. I do it from it's my passion, and I teach from experience. I don't teach anything that I haven't lived through myself. I'm teaching from a place of transparency to say, hey, if I did it, you can do it too. Do exactly what I did to get my score in the 800s, and you'll be there as well. I pray over every one of my clients when they come to me. When you say, hey, Jay White, I'm hiring you for that house I want, I'm praying that God blesses you with that house. I'm thankful that he chose you to come to me, because you could have got anybody else to help you. Your problems become my problems, which I am going to try to get away from that because it's so hard having your own problems and everybody else's problem as well. But I don't know any other way to do it, either to do it at all or either to do it all or don't do it at all.
Good stuff. Tierra, why should someone come to you, and how do they find you, Tierra, the soon-to-be mogul, millionaire, real estate person?
Better say it.
Thanks, Bishop. But I want to just piggyback off of Janae. And Bishop, I don't think you know this. So I actually was following Janae before I even met her. I didn't know Janae prior to that meeting that I walked through. And she was doing an event, and it was like, I think the tickets was like $50. And I ended up forgetting to buy my ticket too, because my intentions was, I'm intentional with everything. So my intentions was to buy this ticket to meet Janae. And it's just crazy like how God works, because I got on the phone with Tori one day and he was like, yeah, I'm meeting Janae. Yeah, I'm meeting Janae. And then so I'm like, you mean Janae? I'm gonna pull up. Like, I don't care about y'all meeting. I don't care about that. Like, I'm pulling up. And literally, like, I was like, well, let me wait like 20 minutes and then I'm gonna just stroll on in like it was natural. But no, it was actually planned to meet Janae. And it's just so crazy, like how we all connected. But back to why people should work with me. I actually I care. Like, I really do care. Like, in real estate, I really do care. I take it to heart. Like, if you don't get your house, I look at what I did wrong and how I can help. I'm not the regular agent that's, oh, I want to work with the $500,000 houses, which it's gonna get there. I'm gonna work with some couple Jaguar players and put it out there. But I don't turn away anybody that may have the 400 credit score or don't, or just they dream of being a homeowner. And in the fourth grade, I ran for fourth grade president, and my slogan was because I care. And I think that's just why I'm able to relate to people and why people should just come to me, because if anybody can be a home, like, it's so simple. All you have to do is just write down your goals, write down your steps, follow them. Hook up with Janae if you have credit issues. Come back to me. We'll get your keys. Like, I have so many resources to provide to people, and if you just stick with me, you'll get you your house. So you'll get your keys with keys.
Okay. Tori James.
I'm someone's answer, and if you're looking for one, feel free to reach out to me. I may not be your answer, but I can point you in the right direction to find it. But like I say, I lived a lot of life in a short amount of time, and it's not too much I haven't been through. And I know that there are people out there that are going through similar situations and things that I've been through, and potentially what I'm going through. So if you are ever in doubt about yourself, or you're in this stump and you're trying to get over wherever you're at, or you're trying to figure out why you're stuck where you're at, let me help you, because I was there at one point.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question, and then I'll close. And I want you to hit it. I want you to be succinct with it, because people are looking at you and they're saying, okay, here are 3 30-somethings. Well, 29-something, right? Gonna be 30 soon, though.
Next
3
month.
30-something.
Turn up.
I'm getting ready to quit. What's the one thing you'll tell me, Tori, Janae, Kiera? I'm getting ready to quit. What's the one thing you tell me? You look me in the eye, and there's 3 entrepreneurs, African-American entrepreneurs, out here grinding every day. I'm getting ready to quit. What is the one thing you're going to tell me?
And then what?
Good.
Wow. And you said that with an attitude.
He's so aggravating.
Okay, we're gonna quit. Then what we gonna do?
Right.
That's a great question. And
Then
then what? Then what? Kiara.
Oh, I thought we was gonna go to Janae.
Okay.
Go, Janae.
Okay. I would say I'm so glad Barack Obama didn't quit. I'm so glad Michelle Obama didn't quit. I'm so glad Oprah didn't quit. I'm so glad all the people that we look up to that paved the way for us. I'm so glad Bishop didn't quit. I'm so glad Tory didn't quit. He's so smart. He's a wealth of knowledge. I'm so glad I know him. You know, I'm so glad Kiara didn't quit this morning when she was crying and she still got on live with us. No, and I'm so glad I didn't quit because I have met some beautiful, some amazing people. I have did some amazing things right when I wanted to quit. Like, and it's nothing but the devil. It's nothing but the devil trying to stop you from walking into your purpose. Like, it's walking according to God's plan. He's trying to get you to give up so you don't get to live into your purpose and be happy and what you want to do, what you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I just tell people, hey, I want to quit. Let's cry about it. Let's cry it out. And then what we're gonna do after that? You gonna quit. Like Tori said, and then what? Like, let's cry about it. Yeah, you can let's not stay there. Let's cry about it out, talk about it, and then make a solution.
I want to thank you three. This was amazing. And it's interesting because as someone, you know, I am 56. I embrace it. I embrace it. I embrace my age. I don't live fearful of it. I got 10 years left as Kiara's passed. And I said that just to mess with you. But it's interesting. I'll say this to everybody out there. I went to Kiara looking for one thing, and I've walked away getting something greater. Janae's helping me right now work out some things for a dream I have. And also she's helping me kind of deal with some things I didn't even know, right? Tori has become a part of my future. And I think that there's so much attached to where God's going to take him and how that's going to be attached to me in some way, you know. And Kiara was the lightning rod. She was the bridge. So if God used Kiara to help her pastor, then God's not going to let her fail when she goes to do the stuff she has to desire to do.
I know that's right.
I want to say this to everybody listening. Your dream is going to become your reality because you're going to wake up every day like these three and say, then what? Your dream is going to become your reality because you're going to finally have that moment that you walk away from what's been your comfort zone to go deeply into your dream and discover that God was as much in your vision as he was in your security. So I want to challenge you to look at these three amazing people of color, these two incredible women, this amazingly strong young man. And I want you to see that if God's doing it for them, he's going to do it for you. And so this has been NightCap with John Guns, missing my co-host tonight. But tonight, what we want to say is get up tomorrow and go get it because it's been waiting on you. Y'all have a great night. Oh, wait a minute. The way we close.
Well, you got to do a theme song.
Yeah. Sharice's not here tonight. So, you know, because we ain't got no real money yet to create the close.
I know somebody that can get it for you.
Hey, man, listen, I got Ray Rouse. Ray Rouse has already worked that thing out. So here's how we go close. Y'all ready? Here we go. Da, 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 da. There you go. Da, da, da. Okay, these two, they got it yet. Da, 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 da. See y'all next time.